how surprised are you about what Ipswich have done in this financial landscape, with the acknowledgement that in League One they were like a parachute team? They had more money than even Sheffield Wednesday, and the accounts show that. And it looked like there was a big spend in League One, but then to bomb right through the Championship with that squad, and frankly, an extraordinary managerial performance from Kieran McKenna, who we think may or may not have been very close to signing for Brighton a few weeks ago. Talk to me about what that's going to do, say for the likes of Birmingham, who are now a big club in a similar position.
First of all, congratulations. It was a fantastic achievement, and it was based on merit, not money. So huge plaudits. And as an away fan, I'm really looking forward to going to Portman Road. It's one of those places which is always a joy to visit. It's a tremendous achievement because, in my view, the three clubs that were relegated from the Premier League in 22-23 were probably the three strongest I've ever seen reduced in a single season.
If I can just jump in, Kieran, there. Southampton, 11 years. Leicester, 8 years and title winners. And Leeds, you've just mentioned why. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So it was always going to be tough. Those clubs were always going to be there or thereabouts. So therefore, how do you compete? You can't be bigger. Even though Ipswich were promoted from League One with a couple of afterburners in terms of financial support. I don't think anybody's denying that. You've got to be smarter. I think they were smarter in terms of recruitment at an operational level, in terms of the coach and management staff, and they were smarter in terms of how they used the budget. Because we've seen clubs who are wealthier than Ipswich Town be knocking around the Championship in that sort of 11th to 16th, 17th slot.
You're talking about
season
Stoke?
After season. Might be. And you wonder, why are they not putting in a competitive performance? So they had their ducks in the row. They clearly had a strategy in terms of what they're doing on the pitch. I was delighted because I think Brighton got a bonus for Ipswich getting promoted because of Sarmiento.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He was cult hero, that bloke, by the way. He
super
sub.
Really
important goals. Yeah, love him.
Yeah. And I think he's going to Copa America as well.
There goes another couple of million on the transfer fee.
Yes. So it was excellent. I think all football neutrals were pleased as well, because we saw the three promoted clubs come straight back down, and if it had been a complete swap, which it wasn't that far away from doing so, then it would highlight even further that there's an existential problem as far as the product is concerned, in terms of the top two divisions, with regards to clubs that get promoted should have a fighting chance of staying up, and clubs that get relegated should not necessarily expect to be a shoo-in for, at worst, a playoff place.
Amen. What's your take then on, because not only we got Birmingham, but we got the likes of Wrexham and Stockport, who we think are going to be wealthy alongside, Barnsley or Bolton, Peterborough, all been in the playoffs 2 years running. Can you understand Birmingham fans commenting on my Twitter saying, now this is actually the best thing that ever happened, because we're going to do exactly what Ipswich did, and we're going to spend a load of money in League One. I'm hearing some ungodly rumours about the League One transfer record and what Knighthead Capital are prepared to do. Any words of kind of warning to Birmingham fans ahead of League One?
Well, Sunderland spent 2 seasons in League One with receipt of parachute payments from the Premier League and failed to get promoted. And anybody that watched Sunderland Till I Die, which was
I watched it like this.
yeah, it was fascinating. I was on a panel with Charlie Methven 10 days ago in Amsterdam, and that was an interesting experience.
Is he at Charlton now?
He's a co-owner of Charlton, which is indicative of football is a drug. Because why would is it a dig at Charlie? He's not from a football background, but you see so many people that get involved in football who become overwhelmed by everything that we love about it. The noise.
What's your fab
passion.
four for buying a football club, Kieran? Remind me the 4 reasons.
The 4 reasons why people will buy a football club is profit, love, vanity, and insanity.
There you go, brilliant.
And it's either local lad or lass made good, wants to put money in the club, see a chance to make a financial return, the asset, or you're Lawrence Bassini. And
what a Knighthead capital at Birmingham, though, Kieran.
I think they're looking ultimately for some form of financial return on this, because the word capital is the key one in the sense that they see Birmingham as its second biggest city in the country. There's 2 clubs from Manchester in the Premier League. There's 2 clubs from Liverpool in the Premier League. There's 7 or 8 clubs from London in the Premier League. Why shouldn't there be 2 from the city of Birmingham itself? It's got the population to support it. So I think they are looking at that. The prices of football clubs has shot up recently on the back of what we've seen at Wrexham, what we've seen in terms of the prices for minority stakes in the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United as well. So there's a scarcity factor in terms of if I was advising, and I may or may not advise people occasionally in relation to football clubs, I always say, if I did advise, I'm not saying that I do, I'm not saying that I don't go and spend hundreds of millions in the Premier League. Drop down a division or 2, find a club which is well managed, find a club which is embedded into the community with a solid fan base, and buy there, and in the case of Ipswich, for effectively well less than £100 million are in the Premier League.
Yeah, you just have this worry that Ipswich is going to be the freak outlier that you really shouldn't be using as the example. But best of luck to Birmingham. We'd love to have them back ASAP.